Welcome to the Virtual Coaching Cafe live stream. Hey, Catherine, how you doing?
Hey, Ella. Thank you so much for having us and hosting this wonderful cafe today. I do have my Coaching Cafe mug, if you could see that in my little camera there.
Yeah.
And we are getting all caffeinated and perked up
And ready to go.
Exciting advice today from all of our coaches to all the folks in the channel.
And all of the coaches, you're speaking about the people that we've got waiting for us inside of Zoom right now, because the Virtual Coaching Cafe is actually an event that's live, that if you have not registered for this event yet, you can do that. The link should be in the description. Wherever you may be watching us from, you can come into the Virtual Coaching Cafe right now. We're going to be opening the actual doors to the Virtual Coaching Cafe not very long from now. And we're going to be going until about 2 o'clock Eastern today, right, Catherine?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So when it comes to this Virtual Coaching Cafe, what is it specifically for those that are interested in being a part of it?
So we started with a physical coaching cafe live last year at the Channel Partners Conference in Vegas, and we'll be back again this year live. But one of the things that folks said to us while we were there was, you know what, I wasn't able to make it to the live one, or I really want to get involved, but I don't go to a lot of conferences. So we decided to bring it into a virtual format. And the idea is our channel-wise experts. We have vetted experts for MSPs and channel program folks who can get one-on-one advice on our platform virtually. And we said, let's bring them all together and do an experiential version of it live at events. And then we can do a virtual coaching cafes as well. So today at noon Eastern, just a little while from now, we have more than 10 of our expert coaches all here to help MSPs and channel marketers and sales folks get the advice that they need to do anything to really accelerate their business or their career. And so we're really excited about bringing that to you guys today.
Yeah, that is so very cool that you created this space for people to be able to get what they need and get going, because a lot of events that are geared toward learning, while it's great sometimes to have the opportunity to hear from multiple people in the same space, sometimes you just need a moment with a coach to just tell you where it is that you've got to go, what's the next step that you need to take, or maybe what you're not seeing. And to be able to have someone within your industry tell you that, that's a big deal, Catherine.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing. There's so much passive information out there. Come to my webinar, read my book, my blog post, even short form videos are really great. But at the end of the day, if you want, everyone thinks, their situation is unique, and oftentimes it is, because business is all about personalities and different niches that people are involved in. And so when you need the advice that will take you personally to that next level, it's always helpful. I mean, that phone a friend, I don't know if everyone remembers that, but phone a friend, or when you really want that information that will really give you the key, you want to bounce it off of a human being.
Yeah, you really, really do. And speaking of human beings to bounce things off of, we mentioned that we've got our experts waiting inside of Zoom for us here today for getting ready to work with those that have already registered for the event. We've got attendees coming in, but we still may have some space available for you. But I want to hear from, I know that we've got one of our experts ready to go, and
Yes.
I'm really excited to bring him on today. His name is Scott McClin, and Scott, I cannot wait to hear what it is that you're going to be bringing to our people today. Hey, Scott.
Hi,
Hey,
Scott.
good morning, Ella. Hey, Catherine. Great to see y'all. Thanks for having me on.
Oh,
Thank
thank you
you.
for being here.
Good
So,
deal.
Scott, can you tell us a little bit more about what it is that you are an expert in and where you are really shining with helping our attendees today, those who are getting coached by you?
Yeah, thank you. So my gray hair gives it away a little bit. I've been in technical sales, either as a direct seller, a channel, or I've even had my own agency selling services. Team Opti is the company that I'm with, and we make up several different components. The common theme that we all have is we all do have quite an extensive background in technical sales, whether that is selling, delivering, or project management and so forth. So the concept behind Team Opti is helping the agent, the seller, the channel, the MSP to put together solutions for their customers. And we have different parts of that, different parts of the team. My part of the team represents the coaching, sales coaching, and then we sort of follow it down through there. We offer sales managers a service. We offer technical sales as a service where we can assist in helping get deals closed. And then parts of what we'll be doing will also be project management and account management for our customers.
Wow. So, Scott, when you are saying that I'm going to be honest with you,
Mhm.
even though I've got sales and things that I've got to sell, right? I don't know how many people think about how many aspects and buckets there are to sales. I don't really think I thought about that until you said that today, that you have different parts of the process that you address when it comes to the companies that you're working with, which is incredible.
Yeah, it really is. And we the people that make up the team, we all have a lot of experience doing this, and we sat down a while back and we're like, we have a lot of expertise, right? And we know because we were there. We know how hard it is to figure things out as you go along. We know the cost of making a mistake when you're trying to figure things out. And so we all sat down and we're like, hey, we can really have a measurable positive impact on what our customers are looking to do by a lot of times just helping them figure things out that they may go through a lot of pain to figure out on their own.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one wants that. Fantastic.
No,
Yes,
exactly.
thank you. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you so much, Scott, for coming in and sharing your expertise with us today. And I know that those who are going to be working with Scott today are going to get a wealth of information from him. And we
Yeah.
have other coaches in the room. Catherine, who do you want to hear from next to tell us a little bit more about what they're doing today?
So one of my dearest friends, Lou Bortone, and we call him the godfather of video, or at least that's what I call him, the godfather of video. And someone mentioned to me, I just want to be clear, like we're live now, so everyone can, meet our experts and coaches and everything. But once we start the coaching cafe at noon Eastern time, we will be offline. So if you want to come in and get coached, don't worry, we're not going to broadcast that live through all of our channels. So Lou Bortone, thank you so much for joining us today. Come on
Thank
stage.
you.
Hello.
Hi,
Hi.
Good to see
Lou.
you all. Thank
Yeah.
you so
So we've
much for
known each
having
other
me.
for many, many years. And so
Yes.
I joke about the Godfather of video, but I've seen so many of the great things that you've done in the iterations over the years. And you really were one of the earlier pioneers of YouTube marketing and video marketing. So talk a little bit about what some of the attendees can expect from you today as a
Sure.
coach.
Yeah, and I have been on YouTube since, oh my gosh, 2005, the same time it started. And what I realized over the years was it's not about technology or the platform. It's really about using video to create connections, create engagement, create loyalty, build that know, like, and trust. Because at the end of the day, no matter what you're selling to another human being, and you want to make that connection.
What about the connections today where, before it was long form YouTube videos
Yep.
and of course Gary Vee, we knew him when he was the wine guy, right? And
Right.
all that.
Yep.
And the information age. And now it seems like it's 30 seconds you have, maybe
Yep.
even 15. Talk a little bit about that evolution as you see it.
Yeah, it's like we're sort of in this short attention span, economy where you have very little time to make an impact. So whether you're using short form video or webinars or any kind of video, you have to make that connection. You have to hook your viewer right from the start, or you've lost them because there's just too much noise out there. So what I really focus on is doing videos to create that connection and that engagement so that you become the obvious choice for the buyer when they're thinking of, when I need video, I want to think of Lou Bortone first, or when I
Yeah.
need whatever, I want to think of Catherine first. So it's really more about creating that connection so that when people see you, it's like, oh yeah, that's Lou. He does those goofy, funny videos.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. And
Thank
I
you.
want to tell folks out there that, Lou works with individuals, so an individual company, so MSPs out there, but also if you're a vendor supplier and you want in video strategy for your company or to provide services for your partners, Lou is your guy. So come on by and set up a time with Lou today.
Thanks so much.
Thanks.
That is, look, if you haven't guessed it yet, we have what you need here
Yeah.
for for your business. If you are trying to figure out where it is that you need to go, you're trying to sort out that next step, and you've been hitting your head against a wall all by yourself, all by your lonesome, as we have been wont to do sometimes as business owners, to just kind of see if we can figure it out ourselves. Sometimes you need an outside eye to really help you to understand what that missing piece is. And Catherine, I think we have time for potentially
We have a few
one
more.
more. Yeah. Who is it that you would like to bring up now? We've got our experts here. I see we've got Jennifer here in the room with us as well. And Jennifer, I'm going to bring you in now because I would love to hear what it is that you are bringing to our attendees today. Hey, Jennifer. Go ahead and
There we go. All right. Super, super excited to be here. And to answer your question, what I'm bringing to the table is my 3-stage MSP growth roadmap. And so some of that has to do with lead generation. That seems to be the chronic issue inside of this industry is, I'm an MSP, I'm an MSSP. I love what I do, but I'm kind of the best kept secret in my geography. And so a piece of my roadmap has to do with lead generation. And then the second thing is, okay, I've now got a lead. How do I close that lead? And so I have a proprietary sales system that I've put together. It's a flow chart. It's got if-then statements. It's very logical, very linear, and built on very solid sales fundamentals, but they are applied to this industry and this channel. And so I will probably be giving away copies of my best-selling sales book as well to people that are booking calls with me. And anything that I can do to help, I open up all of my resources. If it is legal to give it away, I give it away. I just want to help.
That is
Fantastic.
amazing.
Thank you so much,
Thank you
Jennifer.
very, very
Appreciate you
much.
being here.
That is so. Look, we've got our lead, the place for people to be able to see you on video, right, with Lou.
Yeah.
We've
Yeah.
got the process of getting those leads with Jennifer. We've got the sales conversation that needs to happen with Scott. Who else do we have? We have the whole thing. The whole thing is here
got-
today.
We've got all great stuff here today. So I want to bring in one of my favorite people, Karen Fascio. Bring her onto the stage. And what I love about Karen, so my background in the channel is I worked with a lot of MSPs and VARs, but I also work with a lot of vendors and suppliers. And Karen has a long history in the channel working for a company, you might have heard of them, Microsoft, and has worked with many, many vendors in the past about, how to set up their programs. But one of the hottest topics in the channel right now is marketplaces. So Karen, come on and talk a little bit about how you might be able to help some of our vendor folks who want to know more about marketplaces.
Yeah, thank you so much. So excited to be here. And this is a topic I think every channel leader, channel owner really needs to get some deep dive information about, because marketplaces generally are the center of co-sell. It is the center of how the hyperscalers are going to market, how they're enabling the channel, how they're enabling their sales teams. So it is really the starting point of how you enable your sales practice, your revenue growth, your ability to partner with other partners, and also get integrated into critical procurement ecosystems that exist in there's a lot here to unpack, not only from fine-tuning the kind of offerings you have to see what could be brought into a marketplace in a repeatable, transactional way, how you can create interconnected relationships with other partners and other channel ecosystems, which also tap into customer and industry ecosystems. So you can see it is really the center of so many areas of growth, marketing, lead generation, deal management, connection with and alignment with sales motions that come from hyperscalers like Microsoft. So there's a lot to talk about. I can't wait to get into it with the people that we have here today.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much. And folks, this is the future of channel, of what we're looking at into the future. So if you have any, plans of perhaps even engaging in marketplaces, getting your products to marketplaces, Karen is one of the top experts who knows all about that. So join us starting at noon today. As I said, we're going to be turning off the live stream and really getting into the coaching. We do have some slots available, so we're happy to have you join us in the lobby, and we'll find you somebody really good. But next up, we have our the website whisperer, Mr. Mark Copeman, joining us from across the pond. How are you, sir? Oh,
Hey
you're
there,
muted.
Mark. Hold on, Mark. You're saying all kinds
You're
of
muted.
things. Mark, you're saying all kinds of things, but you need
He's the website whisperer.
I was
There you
actually
are.
whispering. That's why I was on mute there, honestly. And I'm so sorry. I'm not branded up. I've just come off another call and I just went straight in. So forgive me, I'm a bit wingman-y, but I'm absolutely here to help out as I can.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for joining us. And, you and I have worked together before, and I had you on a great webinar with the Dell Technologies folks and, doing what you call the website teardowns, where you had rapid fire folks come in. Talk about why the website is the first thing that these folks need to pay attention to.
I think it's important because, look, I've got a number of stock phrases, and one of them is that you are what you are online. I've literally just come off a call with a managed service provider up in Chicago, and I used exactly the same phrase with them. And they're a brilliant business. However, right now, their website does not say that. They look like a business that may have been around in 1990, unfortunately. So you are what you are online. If you are not representing who you are through your online presence, then why should people think any different about you? They're just going to assume that everything they see online is accurate. So we work as a business with managed service providers right across the English-speaking world to get this foundation right. Unless you get that foundation right, everything else is going to fall apart. We work on all the marketing campaign stuff as well, but this is getting these fundamentals right is absolutely key, because I see and I talk to so many businesses who are attempting to do like pay-per-click campaigns, spending thousands of dollars per month and driving traffic to terrible pages, sometimes even empty pages. And when I tell them that, the color drains from their cheeks. But today, if you want to book in with me, I think I've got 2 or 3 booked in already. We'll have a look at the site and I will be firm but fair with you and give you some very honest feedback and hopefully a little action plan about how you can improve things almost immediately to try and get those conversions coming through.
Fantastic. Well, thanks so much, Mark. Yes, as Mark mentioned, at noon Eastern time in about 10 minutes, we'll be going off live and you'll be able to come into the lobby. And he does have some time left, as some of our other experts do. But we're really all here to help MSPs and partners and vendors and suppliers really get the information that they need. So Mark talked about the websites, and marketing is such a huge pain point for so many in the channel. And we have one of the best on our roster at ChannelWise and also today in the cafe. So we're going to bring Ann Mitchell onto the stage. Welcome, Ann.
Hello, great to be here.
Hey, Ann.
Hey.
So talk a little bit about your services in terms of how you approach marketing for MSPs.
Yep, for MSPs, for agents, for VARs, I serve the SMB community, and I did that. My whole career has been in the channel on the marketing side, but I saw over and over the struggles that specifically SMBs had because marketing can be pricey. And as Mark was just saying, if you're driving a bunch of traffic to a place that doesn't show you to the best advantage, you're shooting yourself in the foot. So when I come in to work with a partner is with that in mind, that we need to start with foundations. You've got to have good content that represents you well and it can help solve problems for your customers. And all of that needs to be articulated online and in your sales collateral and in the pitches that you give. So we look at all of that, but I have first and foremost in my mind that we've got to keep it as cost effective as possible. So we focus on those things that will give the greatest bang for the buck and get the greatest return possible for the lowest investment possible.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for being here with us today. And, I know I've read a lot of the information that you send. I think, your services are so helpful to everyone in the channel. So thank you for that, Anne. And marketing, again, as I mentioned, is one of the biggest pain points. Because of that, we have, and sales too, which is why we have a number of sales folks. We have a number of marketing folks, and we have Tim Fitzpatrick with us. Come on to the stage, Tim.
Hey, Tim, how are you
Hey.
doing?
Ha! Didn't realize I was coming on stage, but that's all good.
Yeah. Well, we're in marketing, so we gotta get you out there. And Mark
cool.
Copeman just said, you are what you are online. So let's get you going here. So I know
Cool.
you do a lot of work with revenue, ROI on marketing efforts. So talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, sure. I mean, obviously, when we're investing money in marketing, investing being the key word, right? It's not an expense. It should be an investment that you get a return on. Unfortunately, a lot of MSPs are spending money on marketing and not getting a return. So we need to fix that. And what I find most of the time is that it comes back to the fundamentals. Something fundamentally is out of alignment. We're putting the cart before the horse. A lot of MSPs jump right into the tactics. There's so many different marketing channels. We feel like we've got to be everywhere. And we need to take a step back because the strategy and the fundamentals are the fuel that allow those vehicles to get where they need to go. So typically I find you gotta go back. Do you know who you're targeting? Do you have a great message? And are you getting in front of those people in the right places? So I like to start at the fundamentals and then work from there.
That's great. Well, that's absolutely true. I mean, I saw today we were talking to, and someone was saying that, a lot of times folks invest in marketing and they expect that the dollars will come right away. And it's really more of a long game. But
Yes.
as you said, starting with the basics. So that's really important. Thanks again. And Tim will be here as well for the next few hours with some slots open. So please come by if you have a minute. And I think next we want to bring on, and we were talking about ROI and marketing and dollars and being where your clients should be. And so, that could be online or off. And one of my favorite experts talking all about event ROI is Amy Bailey.
I love me some Amy Bailey.
Oh, thank you, ladies. So great to be here. Thank you so much. I'm really excited for the marketing summit that we're having coming up. Catherine and I are having a whole marketing summit. We've been getting ready for that. We've been talking about all kinds of great things. And one of the things we talk a lot about is event ROI. And so how do you know where you should spend your money and how do you know what's working for you? And so one of the things we talk about is creating a scoring system. So scoring all the different events you do on your own criteria. A lot of times Catherine and I joke, we just make this stuff up. And sometimes we just have to make up what works for your business, right? And so, what were the quality of leads? What were the quantity of leads? How many engagements did you get? How many demos did you get? How much money did you get in your pipeline? I mean, any of those things could be put on your score. And so when you put all that together, then over time, when you're using that same metric to score every single event, you're going to come at the end of the year and go, okay, that event was a 4.2, but that one was a 2.4. We want to do more 4.2 events and get those to a 5, right? And so having that consistent scoring is really going to be key to getting continued MDF money. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
You'll get MDF money from somebody. It's great, but you can only get it, the first time easy. The second time you really got to work for it. You really got to show what your ROI was and what you brought to the supplier that's giving you money. So love to talk about that to partners and also help the suppliers kind of from the flip side.
Yeah. MDF discussion is so important because 60% on the low side. It goes unused. And it really, people think it's free money, and it technically is free money. I mean, you're working for it as a partner, but at the end of the day, like, why not co-sell with your vendor and supplier? Why not, use that as some rocket fuel? So Amy, it's really important to have you here. Thanks so much, everyone. Ella, how are we doing on time?
We have just a couple of minutes left, so we are getting started. We're letting our attendees in at 12 noon. We're going to be opening those doors and bringing in our attendees to meet with the coaches, some of whom you've just met just now during the live stream. And we do have time to speak with one more of our coaches. Are you ready to bring her on?
Yes, absolutely.
It's
so
Irene.
I would love to bring, go ahead. Yes, bring Irene. So Irene Chan, thank you so much for being with us. We really appreciate you. And one of the great things that, I mean, we've worked together for a really, really long time, but you were really in AI as a marketing tool before it was a thing, right? As Ella would say. So talk to us a little bit about some of the stuff that you can work with folks on.
Yeah, so I'm so excited to actually work on creating processes around content. So if you're like publishing blog posts every week or once a week, we can scale that using AI plus freelancers in the Philippines. So I actually have a network of freelancers in the Philippines. So that's one of the things that I can help with, kind of like turning that manual process and scale that, and how are you gonna achieve your marketing results using that streamlined process. So I'm really passionate, and Catherine knows this. I'm really passionate about like turning everything into a process so that anyone can jump in and create the content collaborating with AI. Because at the end of the day, it's about humans taking control of the AI tools. It's not the other way around. So you got to make sure you have that process so you can create unique and branded content.
Great. Thank you. Thank you so much. As you can see, folks, we have a vast array of expertise here on the Virtual Coaching Cafe, and we cannot wait to meet with you. We do have some slots left, and we encourage everyone to come. If you have time, just jump into the lobby. We'll find you somebody, or we'll schedule a time for you a little bit later. But get that advice that you need. We want to be here to support your growth.
Yes, we do. We're heading into the start. This is actually, for those of you that don't know, before we leave out, this is not the first time that we've done this. This is actually our second cafe.
Yeah.
This is our second cafe, and we would love to see you here with us as we head into getting our attendees to their coaches and our coaches to their attendees. We are going to leave you now with a make everything that you do be great. And if you need help, get the help that you need, and you can come and get it at the Virtual Coaching Cafe.
Thanks, everybody. We will see you inside the cafe.